Believe it or not, I've tried to make this video numerous times, probably at least 3 or 4 times every time. It ends up being a bit too complicated. But this is the premise of what I want to do with this video. So if your zone is anything like mine, Uber has started offering some pretty crazy long distance jobs on Uber Eats. So for example, I live in Exeter and they're offering me to go to about 10 or 12 different surrounding towns. Including places like Teignmouth, Newton Abbot, Dawlish, Cullompton, Crediton, and Exmouth, to name just a few. These drop-offs are always way too far. It feels pretty crazy, especially considering a lot of the time it's like hot food. For example, things like McDonald's, I know have been requests that I've seen pop up, and I find it unbelievable. I don't particularly pick up from McDonald's anyway because I don't like to pick up from McDonald's, but I know what their food is like. It doesn't particularly travel very well, so I dread to think how well it would travel after sort of like a half an hour 40-minute trip. But this video is basically about if I was to do a whole day's worth of just doing these long distance jobs, how much money would I make? How profitable would it actually be? Because I don't personally think it really would be that profitable. So the first time I tried to do this video, what my plan was to actually physically go and do these jobs and see how long it would take, and just try and do it physically, actually do the job. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I value my income too much, let's put it that way. So what I've decided to do is to screenshot all the jobs that come in, which are long distance jobs on Uber Eats, and then at that particular time go onto Google Maps, see how much it is, how much time it would actually take to do the jobs. Now crucially, one thing that Uber is not doing is obviously accounting for travel back to where you are, or travel back to somewhere where you might be able to accept a job. So I am including in my calculations travel back, because a lot of these places, they don't have like Uber Eats or Deliveroo or Just Eat or any other sort of supplier that you can pick orders up. So you've got nothing to bring you back, you're coming back empty. So you have to factor that into your thinking a little bit. So yeah, basically what I'm going to do is screenshot the jobs, or what I have done, sorry, is screenshot the jobs, compare them to Google Maps and include the trip back. And what I'm going to do is go through all of those, add up what the mileage is, look at what the wear and tear and the fuel cost and the insurance cost would have been, and come to a profitable amount, how much profit I would have made from that day and what my hourly rate is. So what I'd like you all to do is pause the video for a second, just for a bit of fun. Pop your guess in the comments down below as to what the hourly rate comes out at. Just to let you know, it's 12 jobs totaling 10 3/4 hours worth of work. Now that doesn't include excess waiting time or like waiting for the next job. So also, when I'm saying I'm including travel back, what I mean is that I'm including travel back just to the outskirts of Exeter where I would be able to take a job. So let's start looking at the sums. I might have to take a little glance over here to my notes, but hopefully if I've done the editing correctly, you should be able to see revolving the jobs that I'm talking about, like in a little carousel maybe. I don't know how I'll put it together, but anyway. So it's 12 jobs, as I said. The driving time is 10 hours and 46 minutes. Now, obviously, it's not just the driving that we need to account for. We also need to account for the pickup time and the drop-off time. So I've tried to be pretty realistic and pretty unharsh with Uber Eats when I'm thinking about this. So what I'm allowing for is 5 minutes for the pickup. So that's arriving, parking up, going in, picking it up, coming back out and leaving. And then 2 minutes for the drop off. So in total, some of these jobs were doubles. So in total, there is 15 pickups and 15 drop offs. That totals an extra 1 3/4 hours, so 1.75 hours, meaning that the total actual working time is 12.52 hours. Now, the pay for all these jobs came to £159.43. 160 quid for 12.5 hours work. It's already starting to look like it isn't going to go very well. And we haven't even started thinking about expenses. So, obviously, expenses are a big thing. Now, have another guess down below how many miles you think we did for this. 303 miles. 303 miles for 160 quid is absolutely abysmal. Just put it into context for anybody that doesn't do this kind of work, that might just come across this video. Generally, I'm trying to do, for every mile I do, I'm trying to make £1.50 to £2. And that way you can stay pretty profitable, pretty sustainable, and earn a decent income. Not like an income like, oh my God, I'm making millions, but it's at £1.50 to £2 per mile. I think you're heading in the right direction. So I put into a fuel cost calculator what my car is and how much it says that I would be paying for my fuel. It's come out at 10 pence per mile. So that's a fuel cost of £30.30. Now, normally I don't talk about wear and tear on the car, but this is a lot of miles. And I know it's a very hard thing to work out. And that's why I don't normally include it when I do videos like this. However, because it's so many miles, I really think that we need to put something in for wear and tear as well. This is also driving down country lanes with lots of potholes and stuff. So I think you really, really need to include something. I don't think it's unreasonable to say that you're probably going to be paying about the same amount for wear and tear as fuel. Done a little bit of research online. Can't really figure out exactly what advice people are giving without literally going through all your bills, your car bills, and trying to work it out per mile, which I don't frankly have time to do. So what I'm going to do is say 10 pence per mile for the wear and tear as well. So that's another £30.30 into the expenses column. So insurance is another big thing. If you've never done this job before, you're coming across this, you're thinking you might want to do it. So you have to have hire and reward insurance on top of your normal insurance. So my insurance cost for the day would be £6.47. So taking all those into account, so I started off with £159.43 for the day. My profit on that would be £92.36. So based on the fact that this took 12 hours, including the pickup and drop off, and 12.52 hours, so about 12.5 hours. The pay per hour to do these jobs, £8.57. Now you let me know in the comments what you think of that. I personally think it's pretty bloody dreadful. But I'm not that surprised. Not that surprised at all. It's exactly what I was expecting. And you've got to remember as well, this does not include things like excessive waiting times in a restaurant. So I've allowed 5 minutes per pickup, and also excessive waiting times at the customer. So like I say, I've only, I've been pretty generous what I'm allowing for pick up and drop off. Quite often you'll be waiting for more than 5 minutes. Sometimes as much as 15-20 minutes. I don't generally wait that long, but there we go. And also time between jobs. Who's to say that I would have had these jobs one after another? You might have had 15 or 20 minutes downtime. So £8.57 per hour is a very generous, I feel, calculation as to what these jobs are paying. See, I did a video not that long ago about the Uber package, which are the really long jobs. That came out at £1 an hour. So yeah, Uber is taking the mickey out of its drivers a little bit with these jobs. So if you come across this video because you're a customer and you've ordered something a long distance and you're wondering why, this might give you a little bit of an indication why it is that you might have been waiting a while for these orders. Because I know that a lot of these orders are actually going unfulfilled and end up being cancelled. So I don't really know what Uber's game is with this. But unless they start increasing the pay for these long distance jobs, I know a lot of drivers that also do this, will be pretty unwilling to accept them. Anyway, Hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope maybe it's informed you a little bit, or just come and enjoy a bit of a chat. If you want to leave any comments, tell me I'm an idiot. I don't care. Anything down below always helps me. But until then, I shall catch you in the next video. Have a lovely day. Enjoy. Bye-bye.